Today, we're breaking down the new executive orders signed by President Trump on immigration. They're already making headlines and raising legal and political questions across the country. So, what's in the orders? How do they change existing policy, and why are they so controversial? First, what did the new executive orders actually do? Since taking office in January 2025, President Trump has signed multiple immigration-related executive actions. The newest round focuses on three major areas. Border wall construction is being restarted using Department of Defense funding. These are sections that were paused or canceled under the Biden administration. Asylum restrictions have been reinstated. Migrants who pass through a third country before arriving at the U.S. border must apply for asylum there first, or risk being automatically denied in the U.S. increased interior enforcement. Immigration and Customs. Enforcement, or ICE, has been directed to prioritize arrests and deportations, not just for recent arrivals, but also undocumented immigrants already living in the country. Supporters say this is about restoring law and order and protecting American jobs. Critics argue it's a step backward, reviving harsh policies from Trump's first term. Second, what are the legal challenges and reactions so far? Several lawsuits have already been filed against parts of the new orders, especially the asylum rule, which immigrant advocacy groups claim violates both U.S. and international law. They argue that requiring migrants to seek asylum in countries they're simply passing through puts them at risk, especially in unstable regions. At the same time, governors in border states like Texas and Arizona have voiced strong support, saying the federal action is long overdue. Meanwhile, immigration rights groups are calling for nationwide protests and lobbying Congress to block funding. It's a legal fight that could drag out, possibly all the way to the Supreme Court. Third, how does this compare to past immigration policy? These executive orders mark a return to Trump's America First immigration strategy. In his first term, he used executive actions to implement travel bans, build the wall, and expand ICE powers. Many of those policies were reversed under Biden. But now, some are being brought back. But there's one big difference. Trump is now governing with a clearer plan, using lessons from past legal battles to write tighter, more targeted executive orders. His team says they've designed these actions to survive court challenges, unlike several orders from his first term that were blocked or weakened. So, why is this moment such a flashpoint? Immigration has always been a divisive issue in American politics, but it's also one of the most emotionally charged. For Trump's base, these new policies are a fulfillment of key campaign promises. They see a secure border as essential to national security, the economy, and American sovereignty. But for opponents, these moves are alarming. They warn of civil rights violations, humanitarian risks, and racial profiling. They also argue that the U.S. immigration system needs comprehensive reform, not more enforcement-only orders. And for many Americans caught in the middle, this all feels familiar. Another administration, another round of executive orders, and still no long-term legislative solution. So, what happens next? Congress could step in. But immigration remains one of the most gridlocked topics in Washington. The courts will likely decide how far these executive powers can go. In the meantime, ICE activity is ramping up, border crossings are being reevaluated, and the political debate is only heating up. Whether you support or oppose the policies, one thing is clear. Immigration is once again front and center in American politics. Thanks for watching Politics Daily. We bring you clear, fact-based political updates every Monday through Friday. No opinions, no outrage, just the information you need to stay informed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.